Hello, David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. It is that time of year. We're here to do our holiday gift giving video. And for those of you that are uninitiated, let me tell you how this thing works. I think it's pretty cool. It's a little bit of a public service message, but it's also my gift to you, because what you need to do is you want to find the right point of the video, and you literally want to get your loved ones, and probably you, around and watch this video together, because this video is not necessarily for you. You know what you want. You kind of know what's out there. This is for your loved ones who have trouble finding a gift, or heck, maybe it's even after the holidays and you want to say, you know, you were kind of hit and miss with that Lego set and that tie. I really wanted this. Sit them down in front of this video, because this is for the loved ones in your life to get you that special something. Hello, my name's David Zaritsky. Yes, I'm that irritating gentleman that sometimes your loved one watches from time to time on a video series called The Bond Experience. And I'm probably also one of the reasons why your bank account is quickly diminishing. My apologies this holiday season, but it's going to get worse, because this video is really for you to determine what on earth should you get that loved one that seems to have everything. I know what you're going through. You say to yourself, I don't know how to shop for you. You've got everything Bond that you could want. If you want something, a packet shows up the next day. We have a relationship with UPS and FedEx, for God's sakes. But the reality is, this is something a little bit different. We are going to give you ideas about gifts that follow an entire range of different wallet sizes and different genres. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find something for that special Bond fan in your life. These particular gifts that we're going to be talking about are all curated from 007.com, the store. Now, a couple years ago, I thought 007.com, the store, was okay. I mean, it had some posters and items. I think they've really upped their game to have some interesting things. So we're going to start off with some barware. So we had these come in, and these are what's considered tea towels. I don't know why they're called tea towels, but I call them bar towels. This particular one is stained galore, because this is post-party. This is what they look like pre-party. And they're very nice and crisp and folded. Let's take this one out. But check this out. They are essentially some of the best, most indelible images that we know of these posters. This is Thunderball, but it's a towel. You can put it on your side. You can clean up after a mess. But let's face it, most of the Bond people in your life may have a little tipple and a drink every now and then. So a bar towel is something that's incredibly useful. My favorite one, and I think this will be Mark O'Connell and my son Ellis will love this. They're big Octopussy fans. This is my favorite bar towel that they have, the Octopussy one. And by the way, the color on these are fantastic. You can't appreciate it on film, but they're super bright and interesting. All right, for those technology associated individuals in your life, how about this? These are the stickers from Q's Laptop Inspector, and they are pretty much screen accurate. I did a quick video online about these stickers. They have dimensionality to them. These don't cost a lot. All of these things that we're talking about right now are relatively inexpensive, but this is a pack of the complete stickers. Literally, they can take their computer, they don't even need to write screen accurate computer, and turn their computer into a bit of an homage, a bit of a prop. It's super cool. All right. One of my favorite pieces for the holidays, and this just smacks of holidays, is this. This is, and let me get a good background so you can see it. Oh, that's not bad. That's not terrible. But it is the Spectre cork or wine bottle topper. You can see that it's got some rubber ridges right there to really hold in, but it's got that Spectre logo right on the top. Now, this won't get a lot of use in the Zaritsky household, because I've never seen anything cork a bottle, because we go through the bottles. That sounds like a problem. It's not. But this is something that it's got really good heft to it. It's got some good weight. If nothing else, even from a collector's standpoint, I think these are going to sell out pretty quickly, but they're really cool. And I'm tracking like a Terminator, but I just want you to see it against the red so you can see how very cool this is. And again, from 007.com, we've got something that I think every Bond fan should have. You can keep this in your garage, your front door. You can dictate where it goes, but check out this. It is a floor mat. And if I get up close, you can see that you can wipe your muddy feet on there. I've been expecting you, Mr. Bond. It's got the 007 stamp in the corner. Look how thick this is. This thing is like 15 bucks. You've got $15 in the cushions of your couch. I mean, how does not every Bond fan have this in their front door? Now, I get it. You're like, I like to, David, I like to keep the Bond stuff to the basement. That's fine too. What about the entry to the basement or walking outside or the utility room? This thing is so cool. I've got one at the office and I've got one at home and I've got one to show you that's nice and clean. Finally, from 007.com are these shirts. So they've got these really great vintage look shirts. They're also kind of a vintage cut. I'm going to show you in a second. And what I love about this is they're incredibly fun from a lot of the different movies that you like. I chose the Moonraker one because I just love that image. To me, that whole thing of James Bond, 007, Moonraker, and then even in the bottom corner, it's got the United Artists logo. How vintagey cool is that? And just so you can understand how this fits, we're going to try this thing on. Okay, here is that t-shirt up close and personal. Now, one of the things I said before is this has a vintage fit. What do I mean by that? That means that it comes up higher on the bicep. It doesn't bisect the bicep. We always talk about this type of stuff. You could see the neckline and the way the shoulders fit. So here's a little bit of a warning to all of you out there. I think it's a good warning. This is a size medium. It kind of fits me like a small. I mean, it's going to relax over time, and I wouldn't say it's shrink wrap to me, but if I come up close, you can see that it's not exactly billowy. So this is, if you're built like me, which is like a 40 or 30, 31, then just size accordingly, because I thought medium was going to be nice and roomy and almost slouchy. Let's check out the back as we do. So a medium kind of fits me like a small. This could be made for different markets, but for me, for example, I could have gone maybe even large, but the medium's fine. And like I said, it's going to be fun, pair it with jeans. And to me, just having that image, that little nod, a lot of people do not like, warning part 2, I guess, do not like wearing poster art and like, hello, 007. They like that invisible hobby where you don't know that it's a James Bond thing. But this is if you're just having fun. You could wear this to a beach, to a party, and for people that know you, guess what? There's no hiding that you're a James Bond fan. I think one of the easiest and probably best gifts for the holidays to give to your Bond fan are books, reading. Remember, using the mind, not just the visuals, not just things that, you wear on yourself. Yeah, books. And we've had 2 really good videos where we talk about different books and magazines that I recommend, and I highly recommend that you watch those videos if you haven't. However, I'm going to be a little bit on repeat, just because there are some that I think make better presents than others. First of all, you've got Mark O'Connell's Catching Bullets. If your Bond fan doesn't have this, you should get it for them because it is a fan perspective on growing up with James Bond. Mark is a great individual in the Bond community. He truly loves and is passionate about the Bond community. This was a passion project, but he's also has a family connection to the production, to Barbara Broccoli, to the Broccolis in general. And I don't want to give too much more because the entire story and history of what is in here is amazing. What I love about this book and why I think it's a great gift is you hand this to the Bond fan in your life and you say, look, this guy knows what you feel and what you connect to from an emotional standpoint every day. Mark sums it up perfectly. Another book that I've talked about before, but I can't recommend enough, is Some Kind of Hero. And this is by Matthew Field and A.J. Chowdhury. And a lot of people know, your Bond fan would know A.J. very well. He is a stalwart, he is a guru, a mentor for some in the Bond community, a tour guide for others, loves, passionate about the Bond community. Another fan that with Matthew Field, a very accomplished author, wrote this tome, and it is big. I mean, this, again, I've joked that you can do curls with this, but it is an incredibly complete recounting of the behind the scenes of making Bond movies. What's more important is Even if you have a fan that's just into making movies, it gives you such a peek behind the scenes that it is something that you'll keep picking up from time and time again. So I love that. One of the newer books that I just read is The Many Lives of James Bond, and this is by Mark Edlitz. How the creators of 007 have decoded the super spy. It's a great book. We have an upcoming interview with Mark where he talks about the journey of this book. But again, it's one of these guys that just felt compelled. You know, nobody came to him and said, we're going to pay you a stipend to write a Bond book. Go off and write a Bond book. This didn't happen with these people. This was an itch. It was an urn. It was an urn. It was a yearn. Get it right, David. And it had to be scratched, not the urine, the itch. And so this is an amazing book to get as a gift. And finally, one that I talked about from time to time, something that you can fit into your pocket. It is Being James Bond by Being James Bond, Joe Darlington. He wrote volume 1. And the only reason I'm recommending this book is not because it's a really good rendition of how to connect and become very capable like James Bond in many of the things that James Bond does. I want you to purchase this book and write to Joe Darlington, write specifically to Being James Bond and say, hey, this was great. Where the hell's volume 2? It's only been 6.5 years. Where's volume 2? And maybe over the holidays, we can pressure him by No Time to Die to get out volume 2. I'm so sorry. This is the holiday video. I shouldn't get all excited. Anyway, on to the next set of gifts. Well, you know I had to talk about the sartorial aspects of James Bond. If you know anything about me and my brand, I've got to talk about clothing and accessories and things like that as the perfect gift. One of the most incredible gifts, I think, is a little bit of a celebration of 007 line from NPL, that Bond, giving Bond as a gift this holiday season. There's nothing better. They have incredible boxes, wrapping paper. They really do it right. So when an NPL package shows up, you've got this amazing packaging, plus you've got this incredible line of clothing that can be found on NPL. Plus, you can even sign up for your loved one the No Time to Die navy ribbed Hero Commando sweater that you will see, they will see on Daniel Craig in No Time to Die. It's pretty incredible. But NPL has some other pieces that I wanted to talk about that don't have anything to do with James Bond. All right, so there are tons of videos on my YouTube if you want to see the NPL line of Bond clothing. Go check them out if you want, if you really want to get a good look at this. But this is something different. It wasn't in a Bond movie. It's not going to be in a Bond movie. It is a polo-collared lapis blue cashmere top. Holy cow, is it soft, but that's NPL. Let's get a little bit closer as I do, because I want you to see this collar line. It's nearly like this kind of fold over shawl, but take a look at that lapis blue color. I'm kind of in a blue kick right now. Who am I fooling? I'm always in a blue kick. This is a size small. You could certainly size up to a medium, but I wanted to wear this like a shirt as opposed to a heavy chunky sweater. You could see this from the side. This fits perfectly. The arms aren't too tight, but they're certainly not too loose. The armholes are nice and high. Look at some of the detailing of the sleeves. And again, I'm going to show you the back. That back collar look makes this look amazing. It's ribbed on the bottom. That's for your pleasure more than anything else. But the reality is that this fits and feels really good. It is a luxury piece. This runs about $410 from NPL. And again, it's one of those things that I think is going to be an heirloom piece. It'll grow with you, but you could wear this to the office. You could wear this out for the holidays, certainly to a party in the near future. And it's 3 seasonal because, let's face it, cashmere breathes incredibly well. But this isn't the only piece I wanted to show you. So I'm a huge fan of where comfort can meet elegance, and who doesn't like something comfortable? This is a size medium. I'm calling it a cardigan jacket, but let me get it in a little bit closer so you can see. This is a dark navy blue with just a small little pop of red. I know it looks like I have a pocket handkerchief, but that is red on the interior. This is incredibly soft. It has one of these hands, as I like to say it, that if you just kind of curled up by the fireplace right over here with a blanket, you'd be incredibly cozy. But What I love about this is what I call a transitional piece. You can see I'm just wearing this over a t-shirt and it looks totally fine. You can actually pop the collar to make it almost like that kind of unique kind of European Nehru type look to it. But you can see that this transitions in a lot of different cases. And by the way, I opted for a medium because I wanted this to be a little bit slouchy. It's got these patch pockets on the front. This is something that, well, right now I'm wearing it with jeans. You can wear with anything. Let me show you the back real quick. This is what we do. We talk about the fit. You can see that this has a little bit, I don't want to call it a slouch because it's not slouching, but it's relaxed. And that's the whole thing. The holidays and moving forward in the winter is you just want to be cozy and relaxed. This to me this is a great travel top as well. Going on an airplane and just taking that chill off of that horrible petri dish air that airplanes throw at you during the holidays when you travel. This thing just crumples up. And by the way, take a look at this. When you don't want a full-on blazer because of room, etc., you can get away with this, and this is how this folds up because it's cashmere and incredibly soft, and I wouldn't recommend doing that to your cashmere, but you can because this thing retains its shape, its feel, and it's durable as hell. All right, so you want to give that fan in your life something from No Time to Die. You know that they're following the trailer and the teaser. Well, this is the Henley that you see in the movie in a lot of different scenes. And by the way, Bond wears it with quite a few outfits. So this is kind of the perfect gift for the sartorial Bond person. First of all, it could be a staple in their wardrobe. You can kind of wear this with anything. You could wear it under a cardigan, under a jacket. You could wear it by itself. It is the classic Henley from Rag & Bone, okay? It is off-white. It's got these kind of cool black speckled white buttons. This is the correct one. It is made of a slub cotton. It's Peruvian slub. All that means is, damn, it is soft. It is comfortable. You can move with it really well. From a sizing standpoint, a lot of different thoughts on this. We do a whole video on this shirt upcoming very, very soon. And the sizing thing is interesting. This is a small, and the reason I got a small is because I wanted it to be screen accurate, the way it looks on Bond, quite frankly, but also because I'm going to be wearing this under something, and I don't want medium, which would be a little too baggy and billowy. The arms feel perfect on this. But if there is a Rag & Bone slub classic Henley underneath the tree or by the Hanukkah candles this time of year for your Bond fan, you might just get a smooch because they're going to love it. Just to change it up a little bit, one of the Bond brands that a lot of the fans in your life know is Sunsbelt. They made an incredible polo for Casino Royale, and the rest is history. But they've got some indelible history. First of all, they're known for this piece right here. It's kind of a nice little nod to their Sunsbelt piece, but this is the boxer that they were made famous with a Levi's commercial. It is still available. It is a kind of traditional brand that really harkens to things that are basic. And speaking of basic, I'm wearing their brand new, and it's a really cool color. Let me get up close and personal. This kind of relaxed sweatshirt. This is a size medium. You can see it from the side. And medium, you know, it doesn't feel slouchy. It feels nicely tailored, like Sunsbelt usually does. But this is great. It is just a piece. I literally just took it out of the package. You could probably tell, so forgive me for that. But I just wanted to get it on. It's got that loop back interior, so it's incredibly soft. But you can tell we've got two themes going on here. We've got blue and we've got relaxed, because the holidays should be a little bit more relaxed. This is a great relaxed piece. But if you want to dress it up, Sunsbelt is very well known for their short sleeve relaxed fit crews. So this is not something that's very tight, but you can see this really incredible color on here. Love the coloring on there. Again, another blue piece that you have to have. So Sunsbelt has a wide range. It's got underwear, it's got things like this. And then of course it's got the traditional Riviera polo. So a lot of choices from Sunsbelt. You can't really go wrong with it. Now this is a little something that's for both of you, because if your Bond fan is nice enough and brave enough, he'll let you drink this with him. This is the new limited edition Bollinger, or Bollinger, depending on how you pronounce it, limited edition anniversary champagne. What's really cool about this is, check this out. Oh my gosh, it's a Q box. But look inside there. It is a bottle that is a doffing of the hat to 25 James Bond movies, and on the outside of this beautiful wood case, you can see that every movie, except for No Time to Die, is etched in the glass. This is a beautiful display case, but it's an amazing champagne. We have an entire video just on this champagne, so I'm not going to give you too many details. It's about $230 to $290 depending on where you purchase it. It's definitely an investment, but as far as something that is going to be memorable and also connects to, well, pretty much a New Year gift, this thing cannot be beat. Well, I hope that was helpful and maybe a little fun. The reality is I want to give you something that doesn't take a link below. It's just free. And that is my wishes for you and your entire family to have an amazing holiday season, and more importantly, an amazing 2020. I'm sure we'll speak before then, but I am so grateful for the entire Bond community. What an amazingly positive group of individuals. Yes, we have our divisiveness. Yes, we have our opinions, but those multiple opinions, that's what makes us great. You know, those discussions, sometimes heated, sometimes loved, at the end of the day, we are all galvanized. We're brought together because of a love and appreciation and a passion for this movie franchise. It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it, that these friendships, that this camaraderie has been created from just a bunch of celluloid. But we found much more than a movie, much more than a character, much more than any production company could bring to this. We found like-minded individuals that can really just appreciate each other. So this holiday season, my gift to you is to go out there and just appreciate each one of us a little bit more. It's one hell of a world out there, and I think we just need to embrace it. Anyway, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience, and we will see you all very soon. Take care. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond Experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.